Welcome to Married to Portuguese. On each episode, my English-Irish husband, Bob, and I discuss and laugh about our life and adventures in the Portuguese culture.
Boa tarde.
Boa tarde? Oh, you didn't do the bom dia.
No, bon dia.
Oh, well, sometimes it'll be like, can we finish it off and we'll say, boa noite?
We could?
We could. So there you go. So then we'll teach you bom dia, which is good morning or good day. Boa tarde means good afternoon. And boa noite means good night. We just had a little bit of lessons.
Look at that. Look at
Look
us.
at that. Look at us. Look at us. So we're just... Well, what do we have to do today? What do we have to tell everyone?
It's been a very busy week.
Yes,
a lot of pieces are falling into place.
They are.
And we've had a really busy fall.
Yeah,
which slowed us down a bit. We've kept you up to date as things have gone along. But in the last couple of weeks, we announced a trip, which we'll tell you about in a minute.
Yeah.
But more immediately, we've been letting the website languish a little bit, right?
A little.
It was getting a little stale. And we were so busy working with the show and everything else, we just didn't have the time for. But we are taking steps. So this week, we started posting regular, you started posting regular
blogs.
Regular blogs. It'll be a little more informational, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more like, when it comes to like Portuguese food or ingredients or certain little things that I want to talk about, elaborate a little bit more than I could in like Facebook or Instagram. That won't allow me to do that. We do a little bit in our newsletter, but we try to keep our newsletter short and sweet and like the most important stuff coming up on that. So we've always talked about that. Originally we had Maria's blog, and then we're like, I don't have time for a blog. And then we went into Maria's thoughts, and that was just like every once in a while we'd kind of put something in there, but we've committed. We're going to do this. We're
committed.
And
if you've got any experience with a website, using it or visiting one, it's a real pain in the neck to keep them updated.
It is.
And you see it all the time. Organizations with the best of intentions. I'm thinking of, like, I'm not picking on anybody, but I'm thinking of, like, churches, trying to research, like, festas and stuff. And you'll see that the calendar is 2 years out of date because...
I can see that.
Whoever was working on it left the church or has new responsibilities. They're no longer the communications officer. They're now doing something else.
We say this because we were looking when we went on one of our past trips. We were like, let's go and see when festas are going to be in the Azores, or when are all the festas by island. And it was 2 years old.
Yeah.
So whoever is doing that, you need to update it. Just an FYI. So...
Well, now you're calling people out. That was not the intention.
Sorry. Keep it going.
So anyway, I'm sure we're guilty of that, and content is getting a little stale. So we're going to we simplified the store over the summer.
We did.
So the store, the shop is basically just your book.
It's just the
signed copies of your book.
Signed copies of the book. You can have it signed on the website. But everything else
is basically through either your Amazon store, which we're linked to, or an affiliate through
Le Creuset or, Portugalia Market or whatever. Yeah. Because originally we're like, okay, we're going to have all this that we'll be able to sell. And then we're like, okay, number one, we're not a store. Number two, where am I going to store everything for people to buy? We have a small home, so it's not like we're not going to do that.
We're filming this in a shoebox, quite frankly.
You have no idea. You have no idea. So we're like, we just have to simplify things. So I've picked out things that I like. There's olive oils, and there are seasonings, and there's teas, there's jewelry, there's home goods, there's, real expensive stuff, vista-leg stuff, and then there's inexpensive ornaments. I mean, it runs the gamut. But It's all there, and it's all, I've had other people say, "Oh, I don't buy from Amazon because Amazon's a big corporation and I don't buy from them." Well, the thing is I sell on Amazon.
Yeah, I
You
think we talked
know,
about that last time.
I think we did, but you know what? I just want to make sure I repeat this again because it's important.
Yeah.
It's small businesses that sell on Amazon, and that's what I try to link up to as well. So, but that's that.
Yeah.
Um,
And the disclaimer from Amazon, we do earn a small commission.
yeah,
Small commission on
tiny.
the sales, but it helps us pay for the podcast
Right.
and maintaining the website and,
Right.
and all of that. So
Absolutely.
we appreciate helping to keep the lights on.
Yeah.
So, but the blog, we've committed. We'll do 3 or 4 times
A week.
So
Yep.
one on the weekend and Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and
Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
yep. And Maria will link them Facebook and
Yeah.
Instagram to let you know, but
Right.
the content will be there. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to our newsletter, please
I mean, what are you waiting for?
do. And if you are a subscriber to our newsletter,
Then you already got the news.
you already get the news. The next trip has been announced. It was kind of a soft open.
Yes.
So where are we going?
We're going to the mainland.
That is confirmed. Hard dates and all.
Yes. September 11, we leave out of Boston and we come back. It's an 11-day trip. So we fly out of Boston, we go to Porto and directly to Porto, and then from Porto we just eat and drink our way through Porto, the Douro, and then just make our way down to Lisbon. So, and the great thing this time is, as always, as my other tours, I work with the PBS Travel Club, because the tours that I'm on or that I do is also part of a fundraiser for PBS Rhode Island.
Mm-hmm.
So we're working with them as well as AAA. Those are my people that I work with. But this time around, we've asked, or PBS Rhode Island has also worked very closely with them in their fundraising, was Brands of Portugal, which they're based out of Rhode Island. Yep. And it's this young couple, Chris and Nellie, and they're
wine importers.
They're wine importers, or wine importers and distributors.
Right.
So they know their wine.
So we're going to their favorite places.
Yes.
Their favorite vineyards.
Yes. And then I'll be working with them. I'll be working with AAA and working with the restaurants that we're going to be going to, and it sounds and it will be amazing. And we already have pretty much half full because it came out. We have a limited number of seats, and because we're going to be staying in vineyards, like vineyards have their own little accommodations. So we're
not really staying in the vineyard. We're staying in a building next to the vineyard.
Yes, we're not going to camp out in a vineyard. You're absolutely right. We're not doing that.
That might be fun, though.
That might be fun, but we're not doing that. But we're going to be staying in smaller properties.
Some are 5-star properties.
Oh, yeah, with Michelin star chefs cooking for us.
It's the real deal.
It's the real deal. It's just, it looks beautiful. And so all the information's on our newsletter. It's on the website, and it'll take you to AAA, if I'm not mistaken, or to...
The link on the website goes to a flyer that they have.
Oh, that's right.
That they have posted, and there is like the 11-day agenda listed. It's very detailed.
Yeah.
And informational phone number and email for who to contact
at AAA.
At AAA.
And as I said, it was a very quiet, like, this is what we're doing kind of thing, because we're looking at October, And so when we first talked about this and all of that, we were talking about this back in October, but then last month we quietly kind of let it out there very quietly, and then it was finalized and everything went out in our newsletter. And even with that quietness of stuff, we're half full.
Yeah. Well, it's great as we had some folks sign up from the tour we just finished
Yes,
in
yes.
September. So
Yeah.
we've got friends coming with us this
Yeah,
time,
and they are
which
friends. They of course we saw them. You know, this is something we've never done with the previous tours that I've been on. And that is this tour really all they all became like really good friends with one another. And which is beautiful. So, a couple of weeks ago,
mm-hmm.
we were invited to a get together and there were 25 of us that got
Yeah.
together and and
They
that
organized it,
they
not
organized
not
it,
us.
and
They
they're like, it's
organized
going
it.
to be this day, this time, let's all get together. And so we did, and it was such a great time. It was such a great time.
Yeah.
Lovely people. They really are just the sweetest people.
It's funny. Like I know I know people who've like gone on cruises and other tours, and they've made friends, and they get together like once a year, and they go on the same cruises and tours
Yeah.
again. And I never got it till this trip, and now that we
Yeah.
just continue. Oh, now I get it.
You
This
know,
was
Yeah, and
it's
everyone
good people
calls
to
each
travel
other
with.
familia. We're all
Yeah.
family, which is really cute. It's so cute. But they're just really wonderful people, and I stick with it. Foodies are amazing people. They really are. So yeah. So I'm looking forward to traveling with my familia.
Yeah. What will the
And
weather be like?
in September, it should be nice weather. It all depends on how much rain they had in the summertime or not. But September could be still nice hot days.
Mm.
And it's also depending on rain or not that they had, could mean we could be right in the middle of picking season and
Right.
and winemaking season. So it all depends. Sometimes it's earlier, sometimes it's later, depending on the weather. So we might be stomping grapes for all I know. I have no idea. So that would be exciting too. But I know we're going to be doing port wine tasting. We're going to be doing tastings in the Douro. We're going to be tastings. I mean, I think every day there's wine tastings. So it's
tough work. Somebody's got to do it.
yeah, someone's got to do it. So why not us? And why can't you come with us too? Right?
That wine's not going to drink itself.
That's right. So if you've ever thought of doing that, this is your opportunity. Take a look at it, and if it goes well, and I think it will, we'll probably do more tours too. So
Yeah. And speaking of that, we're trying to book. I say we, but it's our show. But we're trying to book tours to San Miguel,
yes,
and
no room at the inn. There's no room. Either there are not enough, because again, last time when we did our tour, we sold out in like less than 2 weeks. It was full, and we had a waiting list of people. So we already have a list of people that want to go on this next trip. And so we have been trying. First, it was going to be like April, end of April, beginning of May, all booked. Then it was the middle of May, all booked. So now we're looking at end of May, beginning of June, and we'll see what those dates are. So this is maybe three's the charm.
fingers crossed.
Yeah, and because either there was not enough airline tickets to have everybody on there, because you need to make sure that you've got a certain number to be taken care of for everyone, and as well as hotel rooms. So it was either one of the weeks we chose, they didn't have enough hotel rooms, but they had plane tickets. I didn't want to stay in a different hotel. I love my hotels. That's where I like to stay.
Yep.
And then for another week, the hotels could give us room, but we couldn't get there. Sata was booked. So it's been one or the other. So let's hope we'll get that taken care of, and we'll be able, I'll let you guys know. So if it's the end of May, beginning of June, June is beautiful. That's beautiful weather. It's a beautiful time. And hopefully hydrangeas are in bloom and all of that fun stuff. So, and it's still not as hot as it is when July and August. So fingers crossed, guys.
Fingers crossed. Yep, that would be a lot of fun. And of course, another push for the newsletter. The people who find out first about the trip are the ones who sign up for the newsletter.
Yep.
That's where we announce it first.
That's
And it's
exactly
funny,
it.
we pretty much sold out this past fall's trip just from the newsletter.
Yeah.
Just from readers of the newsletter.
Yeah.
So by the time it hit Facebook and AAA's promotion, it was pretty full.
It was full already. So it's really wonderful. And I know in February they're doing a Zoom. You'll see it on that when you go to the website and you go into Travel with Maria. You'll
on
be able
PBS.
On PBS
Rhode Island website. You just said on the website, but you have to tell them which website.
Well, when you go into my website and you go into Travel with Maria and you go on there and you'll click and see the links that go and it'll show all that stuff. You'll also see that there is a Zoom meeting for those that are interested in wanting to know more. Because we have people that always travel with me that are from out of state. So we can't do in-person events because, as always, I have people from every state of the union, who follow me. And in past trips, we've had people from California, from Colorado, from the Carolinas, from, what was it, Kentucky?
Oh, yeah, Kentucky, too.
So it's, you never know. You never know. So, so check it out.
So more news coming. Probably not till after the holidays, though.
Yeah, not till after the holidays, guys, because we have to enjoy our holiday. We've got our little granddaughters that we got to spoil rotten and give them lots of love and kisses. So.
Yes, we do. All right. Well, I think that's the that's the show.
That's our show for today.
All right. Well, bonne nuit.
Bonne nuit. Bye, guys.
All right, bye.
Have a great one.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and we'd love to hear your ideas for topics. Ciao.